1. Andrew wanted to be a great drummer. 2. He practiced harder than most students. 3. He stayed longer than others in the practice room. 4. He wanted success more than comfort. 5. He cared more about greatness than balance. 6. He entered one of the best music schools. 7. Fletcher was stricter than any other teacher. 8. He pushed students harder than they expected. 9. He demanded more than they thought they could give. 10. He believed pressure could create greatness. 11. He spoke more harshly than most teachers. 12. He controlled every room he entered. 13. Andrew wanted Fletcher to notice him. 14. He tried harder than before. 15. He practiced faster and longer each day. 16. He ignored pain more than other students did. 17. He focused more than ever. 18. He slept less than before. 19. If Andrew practiced less, he would feel less pain. 20. If he were more careful, he would avoid some injuries. 21. If he rested more, he would think more clearly. 22. If he slowed down, he would make fewer mistakes. 23. If he were calmer, he would play better. 24. If he trusted himself more, he would feel stronger. 25. Andrew slowly lost balance in his life. 26. He spent less time with other people. 27. He became more isolated than before. 28. He cared less about ordinary happiness. 29. He focused only on drumming. 30. He pushed people away. 31. If he had spent more time with friends, he would have been happier. 32. If he had kept more balance in his life, he would have felt better. 33. If he had listened to others, he would have learned something important. Or, if he had cared more about relationships, he would have stayed connected. 35. If he had slowed down earlier, he would have avoided some stress. 36. If he had taken real breaks, he would have stayed healthier. 37. Fletcher tested Andrew again and again. 38. He became more demanding as time passed. 39. He expected perfect timing. 40. He punished mistakes immediately. 41. He created more fear than comfort. 42. He pushed Andrew to his limit. 43. If Fletcher were kinder, Andrew would feel safer. 44. If Fletcher gave more guidance, Andrew would improve differently. 45. If Fletcher were less harsh, Andrew would trust him more. 46. If Fletcher showed more respect, Andrew would respond better. 47. If Fletcher cared more about students, they would feel less fear. 48. If Fletcher were gentler, the room would feel less tense. 49. Andrew faced a terrible accident. 50. Even then, he still tried to perform. 51. He was weaker and more shaken than before. 52. He lost control in front of everyone. 53. He felt worse than ever. 54. He lost his confidence for a while. 55. If he had stopped earlier, he would have avoided the crash. 56. If he had made a better choice that day, he would have protected himself. 57. If he had rested instead of rushing, he would have performed better later. 58. If he had been more careful, he would have stayed in control. 59. If he had chosen a more balanced life, he would have been happier. 60. If he had followed a different path, his life might have been better.
Two bunnies. Making new ways.